Columbina might have intentionally used Kuvaki to grow Lauma's antlers. Poor Lauma. Come night or day, may people of Tevat be welcome to 10 minutes of Columbina facts. There are 5 segments and each one rises in difficulty, from broad facts to unspoken ones. And at the end of the video, you'll get your results about your knowledge about Columbina. Anyways, let's begin. Hyposelenia means beneath the moon, for those who didn't catch that yet. Although in game it means born beneath the moon. Her first unofficial name was Moon Maiden Kutar. Lauma often calls her by that during the early Nordcry Archon quest. Columbina was born 500 years ago, just like any other uncles and aunties in Tevat. She's the face of Welkin Moonpass as of today. The other one was replaced, unfortunately. Moonwalk, she's the only one that can do that. The reason for Columbina's fading away from Tevat is because she never chose or adapted her true name. Therefore, Tevat wanted to kick her out of the server. Columbina's so-called second home was given by Tsaritsa, the Cryon Archon of Snezhnaya, leading to abandon her divine title and adapting the third Fatui Harbinger, codenamed the Damselette. After being treated equivalent to Frostmoon Scions during her Fatui days, she returned back to Nordcry, where she first met Lauma, who apologized on her ancestor's behalf and hid her in the Silvermoon Hall. Not long after her departure, Fatui immediately placed a bounty on her head, known as the Pelsor Edict. This phrase is one of the highest commands, which may have been given by Pierre or the Tsaritsa, though most of the Fatui Harbingers didn't take much interest anyways. But hell, this guy sure did. Kuhenki are moon goddess familiars. According to the lore, Kutar's birth brought attention to many Kuhenki that bathed in her moonlight. In addition, Columbina can communicate with the Kuhenki as well. Each time Columbina gains a new constellation, her moon ring gains another moon. Yeah, neat detail. Columbina left the Frostmoon Scions because of their greed to be entitled to her powers, instead of seeing her as a person. You know what? Fair enough to leave this place. Columbina does in fact open her eyes. She's not blind or anything. She hasn't reached Gloria level. Her splash art takes up the entire screen. Dottore and Columbina worked on Kuvaki related projects, until she decided he's an ass. Arlecchino and Columbina often crept up on each other. For Arlecchino it was a test, and for Columbina it was mere playtime. Until one day she used Kuvaki and scared Arlecchino away. They never did this again after that incident. Columbina is now Genshin's 110th playable character. Columbina's so-called sisters are named Aria, Sunnet, and Canon. Rosaline, also known as La Signora, taught Columbina to express her gratitude towards others. She dislikes coffee. How can the marionette even drink that? Even though Columbina has her eyes closed, she can sense her environment by using Kuvaki. Columbina's first appearance happened during a Winter's Night Lazo during 2022. She didn't speak and instead hummed her lullaby next to Signora's coffin. The Kuhenki often play with the lyre, and the lyre often broke down, which had to be repaired. Therefore, Columbina would make her way to a certain craftsman shop and leave it at the door. That craftsman shop belonged to Aino, who then was terrified seeing the lyre being delivered to her doorstep every time. Arlecchino is a father to many children at the House of the Heart. There was one time when Columbina called her father during one of her visits. I mean, who wouldn't call her that? She teaches us how to start a conversation with Pulcinella. Remember to mention the darn pantalone or something about the money. Columbina is the 5th character without footwear, now you know. The others are Nahida, Sino, Kirara, and Nilu. Columbina sings her lullaby in Latin. She heard her lullaby at birth and kept singing it for many years to come, even sharing this song with her fellow companions at night. She does enjoy food, she just ate that bread offering. Here's a Christmas photo of Columbina, along with Sandrone and Alarcino. This image had to be changed 3 times because of minor mistakes. Despite the statue of the 7 around Tevat, Columbina has them too, but instead of being named Statue of the 7, the locals instead call it Statue of the New Moon. Don't get them confused. Yahoda calls her the VIP. That VIP. Columbina was always given a different tea flavor at Sandrone's tea parties. As for why, well, it was for pure amusement and as a form of entertainment while observing Columbina's reactions. She's not great with her social skills as she spent most of her time isolated, both in the Silver Moon Hall and at the Fatui. Tartaglia and Wanderer makes note of this by saying she's dangerous and enigmatic, while Arlecchino on the other hand, she is fine with her, calling her special. Sandrone should be drinking oil instead of coffee. I had no idea Columbina was a dietist. She might recommend you to drink water next time. When she transforms into a Kuhenki, she gains an extra pair of wings on her back. Cool! Dottori treated Columbina as family, calling her sister-like. Well, he ain't meeting her family anytime soon, that's for sure. Lunator are special type of Kuhenki that bring good fortune, and they take thousands of years to form. That's why there is only one Lunator, while there are hundreds of Kuhenkis flying around. She appeared in Genshin's anniversary photo, standing just right there. People thought someone slapped a PNG image of Columbina and called it a day. I kinda see that though. She appeared in a Long Way Home video, and surprisingly not many people even talk about it. Maybe Venti stole the spotlight. Columbina's statues have their eyes covered with blindfolds rather than wearing her signature fruit net cover. Yeah. It's worth mentioning that her statue has longer hair compared to her current one today. And the question is, who's the infamous barber in Snezhnaya? Out of many melodies which Columbina hums, during A Winter Night's Laszlo, she specifically hums Rosalind theme song from the Narukami Island weekly boss fight. Lauma wasn't even born yet when Columbina first left the Frostmoon Science. She only opens her eyes for special moments to remember. She was born in the Sanctum of Oathbearer. This plays right on the screen. It was then sealed away after her birth. Lauma was not the first one to witness Columbina's birth. It was actually Ayla from the World Quest on Hesia Island, who happened to be at the Sanctum of the Oathbearer. Columbina leaves feathers and constellations whenever she teleports. However, the effects that she emits are quite similar to Paimon's. So that begs the question, who's Paimon? Lauma is unable to understand Kuhenki, despite being able to speak to animals. The animals on the other hand can understand the Kuhenki, which makes Columbina multilingual? Columbina was never given any task at the Fatui. She was always met with the time has not come yet from the Saritsa. So she kept singing outside of Sandrone's room, hanging out with Arlecchino and Rosalind, and helping out Dottori projects, and of course, subscribing to Yaesper. Lunator is way older than Columbina. Yeah, this cute flying silly. It's probably over 1000 years old. Rayher of Sulnori was mentioned by her colleague during her Fatui employment. And that's why she's familiar with the name when we first met her. Lauma tried getting Columbina to live amongst Frostmoon Science of today. However, she prefers to live alone with her Kuhenki running around. Dual Blaze Longblue Ibis, basically this bird, used to hunt Kuhenkis until Columbina herself intervened and told them to fuck. After Rosalind's funeral, Columbina complimented Dottori about his youthful appearance and out of curiosity questioned him about Segment in his prime of his life. Which, for those who didn't know or forgot, Il Dottore created many clones of himself to preserve different stages of his life for unique perspectives. There are many theories about it, so read on. Kutar isn't just a random thrown-in name for Columbina or Hure Kutar. It's a Finnish translation to Frost Moon, while Hure means frost and Kutar means moon. Finnish mythology that links it with the moon's divine aspects. The first member of the Fatui she ever met was Piero, also known as the director and the jester. I mean, I don't think any other harbinger was alive during her arrival. Dottori wasn't expelled from academia yet, Arlecchino wasn't an orphan yet, and Tartaglia, you get it. Hure Kutar is known as the goddess of the Frost Moon. In this sense, she's the original goddess before Columbina was born under the moon. She was eventually defeated during the War of Funerary Year. And time. If you happen to count the amount of facts you know about Columbina, then on your screen you have the 5 score results. Simply check and match your score and boom. So how did you do? Let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you and thanks for watching.